massive kick return. How rewarding is that for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Just to see how much work we've put in. Haven't gotten many opportunities, so for that to be one, and for it to be a huge play, and for us to score the very next play, it's a great start to the half and the momentum we needed. So to be able to do that on special teams is huge.
Are you lobbying for more opportunities to return kicks?
Oh yes, I would love them. Anytime I get to return a kick, I think there's a chance that it can be an explosive play. So anytime I can get that opportunity, I want it. As you've kind of seen, teams have deferred from kicking to me. Wake Forest, Boston College, a little bit in there. So I don't know if teams will keep doing that or giving me opportunities, but any chance I get the ball in my hands, I'm going to be happy. So.
What is it about returns? Like, what do you like so much about them? I know obviously it's a chance to do something big and exciting, but what really, technically is it that you like so much about it?
Yeah, I think it's such a huge momentum play if you use it to your advantage. So, like that example against Florida State, we come out of the second half already having some momentum from the second quarter, and then have a huge play, and then you just see it go. We get up by 20 points really quick. So it's just the opportunity to have a huge momentum swing and create an impact in the game other than offense.
Is that kind of your personality? You always kind of wanted to be that guy for people, whether it's football or even outside of football, to be able to be a game changer, a difference maker?
Yeah, I feel like that's just one of the qualities that I have, that God has gifted me with, is just the ability to want to be in that position and that role, on and off the field. So yeah, I think I definitely have that trait for sure.
36-yard run. It looked like obviously the regular faith DJ gives. How much do you think his running ability opens up that hole for you? Does that linebacker have to wait for a second because he can pull it?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You see teams now after he's game after game consistently run the football. They're starting to pay more and more attention to him, and it just takes one guy out of the box and gives the O-line a better opportunity to hat him up, and then more holes available for the running back. So it's a huge opportunity. We just got to keep taking advantage of it. And as you saw, they still didn't fit him up a couple times. He scored 2 touchdowns, 1 called back, but both in the red zone. Those are great plays, and we want to continue to develop that and kind of see where it goes, and how teams start to continue to defend it.
Seems like you get stronger as the game goes on. Is that how you feel out there?
Yes, yeah, 100%. I think a big reason for that is because I understand the game of football. So when I get out there, I know defenses are going to be playing me different ways. So I get out there and I'm able to feel it kind of throughout the first quarter, get a good idea of what they're doing, how they're playing me, different ways I can exploit that, talk with Coach Spiller about it, the other running backs, and then I'm able to implement that throughout the rest of the game and pick up other pieces that they're throwing at me. So that's why I feel like I get better throughout the game, because I start to understand it more and I can implement that in my game.
What about physically though? Seems like you're the one wearing them down.
Yeah, that's a huge shout out to Coach Batson and our strength and conditioning staff. They've gotten me to where I am. I just do what they tell me to do and a little bit extra. Our motto around here is one more. So just try to carry that out to the fullest and just be the best that I can be.
You talked about being willing to share, carries with Bill and Kobe, but you talk about picking up things during the game. I mean, is it harder to get in a rhythm and pick things up if you're not out there getting 20 carries, 25 carries, or is it sharing information with the other backs? How do you pick up that stuff throughout the game if you're not getting 20 carries?
Yeah, it is a little difficult if you're not out there and really seeing it, because you can only get so much from the sideline. But that's where communication comes into play. Like you said, talking to the other backs. If Phil's out there, he'll come back, tell us what he saw. We'll tell him what we saw from the sideline. Be able to kind of come to common ground and understand where we need to go from there. So communication is a huge part of it. But the more you're out there and the more you're seeing it firsthand, kind of the more momentum you're going to be able to pick up. So it's just kind of the game of football.
What's it been like to see this offense find its confidence and continue to get better, and also like at the same time know that like there's still more opportunities out there, those fine details. What's it like to be in that room? Is there a level of excitement kind of just building in that room?
Yes, yeah. I mean, we feel great. We feel like if we continue to prepare the way that we have, and we continue to do what we're told to do, and the plan is, if we perfect the plan, then we're very confident in what we can do on Saturday. And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to, is confidence, and that comes in your preparation, knowing your plan. Front to back, and that's what DJ does such a great job of, is helping others with that, and helping me understand why he's doing this during practice and what he's looking at, and he does that with the whole offense. So you've got to get a really good idea of what your plan is for the week, and then that's where your confidence comes from.
I just imagine that juxtaposition from last year. Are you now like, oh wow, like even just looking back at where you were, seeing truly how far you guys have come as a full unit?
Yeah, it's crazy, the amount of chemistry that we've built as an offense, the way that we communicate as a team now, and just throughout practice, it allows us to reach a ceiling that we weren't able to last year, and really just maximize our potential. And I think that's what we're doing this year, and that's the biggest difference to me, is just we're really just maximizing our potential.
I know you're more focused on the defense, but when you see Sean Tucker, I guess, one running back to another, what do you see from him? What makes him such a threat? Yeah,
he's an absolute stud. A lot of respect for that guy. So I'm excited to compete against him on Saturday. But there's definitely the competitor in me in there that kind of wants to edge him out. I think that's what it comes down to. And like I said, so much respect for him. I'm ready to get out there on Saturday and obviously get W number one, but just compete and kind of have that in the back of my mind is something that I can fuel the fire with throughout the week.
Dabo continues to talk about how DJ studies like a pro. You just alluded to. How has that rubbed off on you guys, and just give us some insight on his preparation, how dialed in he is?
Yeah, you see it all throughout the week. Anytime, I don't care what time of day it is, I'll come by the facility and grab lunch, and I'll be like, oh, I got to go grab my notebook out of the running back room. 5 is in the quarterback room watching film. Right, it's almost every single time you're up there. I don't know how he does anything else, but that's just goes to show his dedication to it, the time and preparation that he puts into it, and then the leadership that he shows by bringing others in with him. Right, so one thing that me and him have been doing is watching the film on Sunday. And being able to watch that with him and seeing what he's thinking throughout the game has been something that's been great for me, because I can pick different things up and I can see different perspectives throughout the game. And then just all throughout the week you can see it during practice. He's like, this is why I'm doing this, and he's going through all of his progressions. Even after he hits someone in the flats, he'll go through all 3. And it's just something that it's beautiful to see, because he is preparing like a pro, and I think it's paying off.
Are there any questions on Zoom for Will?
Hey, Will, this is Anna Adams. What Syracuse likes to do up front in terms of their movement and kind of angling, how do you attack that as a running back and as a run game? Like, what are ways to beat that?
Yeah, they they're a little bit smaller up front, so they throw a lot of stunts. Really just try to move around a ton, and they've done a great job so far. So just gotta be really patient in the backfield throughout my track, and allow the O-line, set the O-line up in a good position to get the backers, to get the D-line that are stunting and moving around, and just have the patience to find the hole and then be able to burst through it, get to the second level, and be able to make plays there.
Any other questions?
Just wanted to ask about getting back home after a couple of weeks away. What's that feel like? How excited are you?
Yeah, it's a relief. I feel like we've been on the road for a lot of important games so far this year. So, to be 4-0 on the road, I believe it's 4-0 on the road, is a huge deal for us, and to be able to carry that on, and come back to the Valley to have that relief and such a great fan base. It's going to be such a great experience. We're going for the ACC record. There's just a lot of things that go into it, but I think the best word that I can use is it's just a relief.
I guess in terms of the pass game, it seemed like they used you in the perimeter a lot versus Florida State. Why do you think that was so successful at catching those passes, and how much does that have to do with the perimeter blocking and the receivers?
Yeah, shout out to all the receivers. They did such a great job all night. It takes a lot of grit to be blocking around the perimeter and to be able to stick with someone for that long, allow me to get out there, kind of read your block. It's a huge deal, so I appreciate all them. But yeah, we knew they were going to play a lot of man-to-man going into it, that the backer was going to be lined up on the running back, and we didn't think that he was going to be able to match us on the perimeter. So I know we ran a bunch of bubbles and things to get Phil and I outside, and I don't believe we had a negative one, maybe one, but it was all really, really good plays. So huge shout out Coach Streeter. He saw something, exploited it, and I'm excited to see how we can kind of grow into that and continue to grow that receiving role as running backs.
Yeah, 'cause I think you talked about at the beginning of the season you wanted to grow that part of your game, to show that was a reliable part of your game. So how good does it feel to have 6 catches, 48 yards, to be able to do that thing?
Feels amazing, to be honest with you. I mean, I absolutely love it. Just to have that trust with DJ and just for him to know that when he throws the ball my way, it's going to be a reception. And that's how it should be as running backs. So, you've got to have that trust. And it's just a great feeling because I see the work paying off, and there's no better feeling than that. So.
Anything else? All right, thank you, Will.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.